Hi, my name is Jake, and I am a bookish drummer. So for today's video, we're bringing you guys yet another game that is brought upon by my lovely wife, Stacy.
Hey.
This is a video that we've done with her before, I think, well, like a couple months ago.
Not even. Pretty recently.
Pretty recently. We're doing a blindfolded book cover challenge. So basically, I'm going to be blindfolded. I'm going to have my hoodie backwards here so I can't see. And basically, she's going to describe the book covers to me, and I'm going to have to try to guess what book it is.
Yeah.
And we did this on your channel, right?
Yeah.
And you did fairly well.
Yeah, surprisingly, because I don't visualize very well. Like, I maybe get, like, the odd blurry image when I'm trying to visualize something, but I don't visualize the way most people do. With me, it really helped that I tend to know what colors a book is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think because there's two different types of readers. Like there's one that when you read, you can kind of visualize everything. And I'm definitely that more so, especially with settings, not as much characters, but like a setting. So book covers, like, I feel like I'll be good at it, but at the same time, I think you have a better memory than I do. So you might be describing something. I'm like, oh, I know what that is, but I can't quite know the name of it. Like I can see it in my mind, but I'm like,
okay,
what is the title?
Possible.
So we'll see.
Okay.
But with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, now the time yet again to flip the hoodie. Let's see if I'll have an easier time with this hoodie than I did with my Seahawks hoodie.
It looks like it. Also, I think this one is just like the material is, I don't know. Something about it makes it easier.
Okay. I'm going to die of heat exhaustion, probably.
Well, you chose the hoodie.
Well, we did an actual blindfold thing in the other video, and it hurt my eyes. So this is the only way.
Okay. You ready?
Yes.
So, this is the first book. I'm showing them.
You show me.
No. Okay. So, we have a dark blue cover with some bits of medium blue on it. The title is in white. The author's name is in like a light yellow. On the cover, you are looking at like an old Roman style building.
Oh.
It has some columns. I forget exactly what type of columns they are, but they have like a decorative thing at the top of the column. There is one other thing that's very prominent on the cover, and it is a frayed rope tied into a noose. Like a hangman's noose.
When you were initially describing this, my first thought was imaginary friend.
No, it's not imaginary friend.
Because it was like blue, and then the author, like the colors were matching, but then you said Roman columns. I'm like, shit, that's not what it is.
There are also some dark red blood spatters throughout the cover.
Dark red blood spatters?
Yeah, like they're almost like black in places. They're so dark.
How prominent are these columns?
They're fairly prominent. Like they span the whole cover.
God.
And the building behind them is like a large brick.
Blood spatters?
Yes.
Where are these blood spatters?
They're kind of around the outsides and the top and the bottom. Especially the bottom.
So like Roman columns makes me think like this could be a fantasy book. And you said it's blue?
It's like dark blue and what? There's the columns are kind of like basically it's an image that's kind of blue washed. So the columns would be white, but they're like a light blue sort of color. and then the background is more of like dark blue.
Have I read this book?
No.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like Dragon's Path by Daniel Abraham.
No.
Well, damn.
Think about the Hangman's Noose. That takes up like the whole cover. It's like giant.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. So, like, where... I'm confused. Where... Like, there's Roman columns. Like, where is this Hangman's Noose?
Like, basically, the columns would kind of be in the background, and this Hangman's Noose is in the foreground.
So, is it closer to us?
Yes.
Hangman's Noose. For a fantasy book?
Uh-huh.
And I haven't read this book.
I don't think so. Actually, you may have.
Oh, well, did you do your research?
If you did, it was a very recent read. But I think you haven't read it yet.
Is it a series that I've read before?
Yes. Well,
so
you haven't read the whole series before, but you've read part of the series before.
Is it Priest of Gallows?
Yes.
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, so that was yeah, in my mind, I'm like, okay, this has got to be a first book in a series, but
nope. Have you read this one?
No.
That's what I thought, but then I was second guessing myself because it's book 3, and I thought you were set to finish the series in April. Oh yeah, it's March. Duh, it's the end of March as we're filming this.
Baby.
So yeah, book 4 will be in your readathon TBR. For some reason, I was like, are you finishing this series before the readathon? And I was second guessing myself, but yeah.
Okay, well, I got there eventually.
You did.
But yeah, I was thinking of it was funny, when you were initially describing it, I'm like, I think I already know what this book is. And then you said Roman columns. I'm like, fuck.
You have no idea.
I thought it was Imaginary Friend.
That's funny.
But yeah, I got there eventually.
You did. All right, I'm showing them the next book.
Okay. Random guess. Cujo.
No.
How funny would that be if I got it?
That would be funny, but no, that's not what this is. So, on this cover, the vast majority of the cover is taken up by a window pane that has condensation on it. Okay? And on the other side of the window, so you can't really see it very clearly, it's very blurry because you're looking at it through the condensation, there's a person. You can see a bit of their face and you can see their hand. And they are writing on the window. Okay? So, part of the title is like what they're writing. And the title is more of like a deep pink reddish color. And the author's name is White. And like the background behind the person that you're seeing through the window is more of like a turquoisey, greenish blue with hints of yellow in there.
That is a lot of information. It definitely sounds like a thriller.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So what's like the prominent color of the cover?
The main color is like the background that you're seeing through the window, and it's like a tealish, like turquoisey, blue-green sort of color.
So blue?
Yeah, but there's also a bit of yellow at the top.
Bit of yellow?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
And then this person, like you can see sort of like their skin color through the window, so you see a lot of like skin color too.
What color is their skin?
White.
Okay. So you said they're writing in the window and that's supposed to be part of the title?
Yes.
Is it the whole title?
No, just one letter in the title.
Oh, one letter?
Yeah.
Not even a full word?
No. They are currently writing one letter in the title.
Okay, initially I have no idea what this book is.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to ask some questions.
Oh boy.
Do you know anything about this book?
I know the premise, and I know that you've read it, but that's all I know.
I've read this book?
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking I've never even... Is it a book that I'd like?
I think you were so-so on it. Like, I don't think you hated it. I don't think you loved it. I think you found things to like, but you had criticisms.
Huh. So it's not a book. So it's not like an extreme, like hate it or love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Is window in the title at all? Like,
No.
Okay.
You can tell like on the very, very top and bottom that it's in, like it's a pane in a window frame. And the frame, so like there's a stripe kind of on the top and bottom that look almost black or just very, very dark green.
Dark green?
Yeah. On the bottom it looks dark green, and on the top it looks more of like a black.
Is this a hardcover book
Yes.
by any chance? Okay. I think I know what it is, but because you said it's not a book that I loved or hated, so it's probably just a forgettable read for me.
Okay.
I don't remember the name of this book.
You
Can I feel it?
can feel it, sure. That's the front you're holding, yep.
I've read this book.
You've read this book.
Try to see Braille. See if I can. No. Oh, God. Are you sure I've read this book?
Yep.
This does not feel like a book that I've read.
I'm pretty sure you read it on audio, even though we own the physical copy.
Because I can this is what I'm talking about. Like, I can picture it in my head, but I fucking don't know the title of it. Is the author name like Sally?
No.
Okay. Okay, I give up. What the hell is this?
This is Last Girl Ghosted by Lisa Unger.
Oh. I DNF'd that book.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you DNF'd it. I thought you just liked it.
Okay. Wait, there's green on that cover?
Yeah. It's like a turquoisey, bluey, green sort of color. And then yellow on top.
But it's mostly blue.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, those colors were throwing me off. I was like, green? Because I was thinking of that. I think it's called like The Younger Wife. It's like right next to it.
Oh, no, that's like green.
Well,
This
don't
is
know.
like turquoise, teal, aqua. Sort
Okay.
of.
Well, I'm not very good with colors. You know this.
Yeah.
You have to just be more. You have to say simple terms, like green.
Well, it's not green.
Speak to me like I'm in the third grade.
It's not green. And then the back is more of like a minty sort of green with some yellow.
Okay. Well, yeah, I DNF'd that book.
Okay.
So I was thinking like trying to remember a hardcover thriller that I've read that I wanted to keep.
Okay. Are you ready for the next one?
Probably not, but let's do it anyway.
Okay. So the vast majority of this cover is like a black to very, very dark blue. It starts black at the top, and as you move towards the bottom, it gets slightly lighter to be like a dark blue, okay? Now, on both sides, so the left and the right side, there's a yellow stripe. The title of the book is yellow. The author's name is white. And on this black background that transitions to dark blue, there are stars.
Stars
Yeah.
is it a sci-fi book?
Potentially.
Well, is it or not?
Yes.
Because that's what I'm leaning towards.
Yes. But I'm not supposed to tell you that. That's supposed to be...
Oh, I is it Waking Gods?
Yes.
Yeah.
I hadn't gotten to the triangle yet. With like, there is some gears and some like metal and stuff in there. And then there's a white eye-shaped symbol over top of it.
Because my initial thought was that it was Sylvain Deville.
Okay.
So I was, yeah. And I remembered Yellow was the sequel, so yeah.
Okay.
Waking Gods, I got one like right off the bat.
Yeah, you're doing okay.
Yeah, okay. So what else is on the cover?
On that one, there's like a triangle that has a white outline, but it's like yellow and black inside. So it's kind of like a black background, but with like yellow stuff in it. And it's like a little bit steampunk vibes. There's like a lot of gears and like machinery
Okay.
in there. And like some valves and stuff.
Yeah, I think I would have gotten that eventually,
Okay.
but I got it right away.
Are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay. I'll show the audience what it is.
It's Cujo.
It's not Cujo. It would be funny if Cujo's coming up.
And I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Jake, it had a dog on the cover.
That would be hysterical, but no, that's not what it is. Okay, so on this cover, well, what do you want me to start with, colors or items?
However you wish.
I'll start with items because the items take up the vast majority of the cover, okay?
Oh boy.
So you have two prominent items on this cover, and they basically span most of the cover. So one is a shield. It looks like it's a wooden shield with like a metal buckle and a metal outline, and it has Celtic like Trinity cross symbols on it. And in front of the shield you have, I would say, a hatchet, but you might call it an axe, and it has a wooden handle with a metal blade, and it also has some kind of Celtic symbol on it, some kind of knot. I can't tell if it's also Trinity knots or if it's something else.
What is a Trinity knot?
Well, if you don't know, it's kind of like, it's a Celtic symbol. You would recognize it. It's essentially kind of like three rounded triangles that jut out from each other.
I don't know.
It's called a Trinity knot, I'm pretty sure.
That doesn't help me.
Okay. So basically the whole cover is like a shield and a hatchet, okay? But then the title is in like a yellowish gold, and the author's name is in like a kind of like very light lime green that almost looks white. The background of the book has some hints of like lime green and some like very dark green to blue color. The wooden shield, like the Trinity knot symbols on the shield, are more of a brown. So this, I mean, this definitely has Celtic inspiration from the Trinity knot.
So the book itself is like green?
Yeah, it's more of like there's pieces of lime green and there's pieces that are kind of like a very dark green or a very dark blue.
Okay, so I'm assuming this is a fantasy book. It's
Well,
got
yeah.
a shield on it.
Yeah, it's got a shield and a hatchet that span most of the cover.
Okay.
And the title is in like a goldish yellowish color. And it's very big.
All right. Well, initially, I'm not really getting anything out of that.
Okay.
Is there anything else about this cover that's worth mentioning?
In the very, very background at the top and bottom, you look like you're in some kind of tunnel or in some kind of like cave, maybe. Definitely some nature scenes. Like the top maybe looks like there's maybe a couple tree roots sticking out, and the bottom definitely makes it look more like it's a rock tunnel.
What do you mean it makes you look like you're in a tunnel?
So it's very hard to tell unless you're looking very closely, but it kind of looks like the background is like you're looking through a tunnel. But then the shield and the hatchet are so prominent you can't really tell.
Have I read this book?
No.
Okay. I don't know what the hell this is.
Okay, well, I can tell you there is something on the back of the book as well.
Okay.
There is a person of a fantasy race on the back, and I cannot tell you which one because that gives it away.
A fantasy race?
Yeah, there is a humanoid-like person, but that is clearly of a fantasy race on the back. They have shoulder-length hair, and they have some kind of like very decorative hairpiece that covers their forehead.
This is a green book?
Yes.
Is it a book that I'm interested in reading?
Yes.
Is it in a series?
I have no idea.
You don't know.
I have no idea.
Can I feel the book?
No,
Why not?
because that might tell you some things.
Is it a mass market?
No. It's a trade paperback, but it's very chunky, and that's why I think you might know.
Oh. It's the Elven.
Yeah.
No wonder you didn't want me to hold it.
This thing is a brick.
Because it's a massive book.
It is.
Okay, yeah. The tunnel stuff was throwing me off. But yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's a green book with some with a shield on it and an axe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would call it more of a hatchet just because it's the same size as the shield. Like the handle spans the same amount. So like to me an axe has a longer handle, but maybe not. Maybe
All
not.
right. Well, I got there after a million questions, but initially I had no idea.
Yeah. The only thing that really gave it to you was that it was a massive book that I wouldn't let you hold.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready for the next one?
Possibly.
Possibly?
Yeah.
Okay. So, this cover has a lot of white
Okay.
with some blue, kind of gray in the sky. The title of the book is in red, and the author's name is in white. So, the cover is more of like a landscape photo, and it's definitely very snowy, and you can tell that the snow is fresh because there's like powdery type snow on some tree branches, and it snowed considerably because the branches are like weighed down and kind of falling into the snow. There are also some deep footprints in the snow.
Is this a book I've read before?
Yes.
Is it Near the Bone?
No.
Okay, I thought we unhauled that. Yeah.
There is one very prominent item on the cover that doesn't really make sense for it to be there. And it is a very shiny silver garden shovel. And it's like specifically a garden type shovel with like the rounded edge. It's not a snow shovel.
So it's like a small one.
It's hard to tell what the size scope is because it's in the foreground and like the rest is just a landscape. So it could be like an arm length one that's just like really in the foreground, or it could be like a full height one.
Is this like so obviously this is outside, but like
Yes.
is it at night or is it
No, I mean it could be like dawn or dusk potentially, but it's very like, it's definitely not nighttime. It's very bright. Like the snow looks very white.
Yeah, again, initially I'm not getting anything. This is a book I've read.
Yep.
Do I love this book?
No.
So I don't. What do I think about this book then?
I think you think it's overrated. Or at least it's overrated by the author who wrote it.
Is it a King book?
Yes.
Oh. A King book with snow on the cover?
Mm-hmm.
God, now I gotta narrow it down. Is it? Wait. Okay, well, I'm just throwing it out. Dreamcatcher?
No.
Okay. And now I just have to think of other King books that would have snow on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
So what else? So there's a.
It's a winter scene.
Is it a Lucy's story?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the only other book I could think of with snow on. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And would you agree that that one's like overrated?
Well, most people don't like that book.
Well, it's overrated by King.
Well,
He loves it.
Yeah.
Most people don't like it.
Okay.
Right?
There's a garden thing on it, you said?
Yeah, a garden spade or a garden shovel.
Okay.
But like with a longer handle that could be a full height one zoomed in. It's not like one of those handheld trowels. It's like a shovel.
Yeah, you say that now. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like in the middle of the book?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Okay. I got there eventually.
You did. All right, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so this one, the cover is like a light brown and it almost looks like it's on butcher paper or like older paper.
Is it John Cleaver?
No. So on this butcher paper, there are some blueprints, but instead of the typical blue, the blueprints are orange.
What do you mean by blueprints?
Like they are plans or drawings
Of what?
of two rockets.
Is it Savannahville again?
Yes.
Okay. So this is blue?
No.
Oh.
It just has orange type blueprints on it.
Okay, well...
It's mostly like the brown of the butcher paper type thing.
So I know what series it is now. A History of What Comes Next?
Yes.
Okay. You got 2 Savannahville books.
Yeah.
Okay, well...
I hadn't even gotten to like there was like an orange stripe down the side, or that the font was black.
Yeah, that one was easy.
Yeah.
Both the Savannahville books were easy.
Well, that's good, because you've been struggling with some of the other ones.
Yeah.
So I had to throw in something a bit more familiar in there for you.
Yeah, well, 2 books that I enjoy enormously and I've looked at a lot, so it makes sense that I would get them right away.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, you ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay, so on the cover of this one, on the right-hand side, you have a tree trunk. And on the left-hand side, you have more of like nature in the background. So you can see that there's kind of like some waterfalls back there. There's like other trees. In the foreground of the whole bottom, there's like some grass with some wildflowers in it. And standing beside the tree, you have a young girl who is wearing kind of like a long tunic and loose pants with some kind of boots. She also has a necklace on. Her hair is kind of like blonde and shoulder length. She has like one hand sort of touching the tree trunk, and then the other hand is behind her, and it has some kind of like arcane looking magic aura surrounding her other hand.
Is this a novella?
Yes.
It's the U.G. Gutman book.
Yes.
And the title is slipping my mind. Crap. But I know what book it is.
Yeah.
Oh god, what's that book called? Oh no. It's the same, it's in the same universe as the Winds of Strife.
Yeah.
Oh god. I'm having a brain fart. What's the book called?
Requiem?
Requiem for a Dream.
Close.
Oh, that's a movie, you idiot. Requiem for a Star?
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. There you go.
Okay, yeah. I kind of had that in the back of my mind, and the more that you were describing it, I knew what it was.
Okay.
That one I got, I just, again, like I can picture it in my mind, but then I can't picture the title of the book.
Right. Well, the title of this one is kind of smaller, and it's like over part of the tree trunk. I didn't even tell you, but the title was pink.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's going to be a common theme. I'm like, oh, I know what that book is, but I don't know what the title is.
I was trying to hold it in while you're still talking. Okay, you ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay, so this one has like a gray cover. And again, there's kind of like some beige colored paper-like material over top that covers the vast majority of it. And now on top of the paper, there are a lot of like gears and like other steampunk vibe kind of things. And at the very bottom, there's sort of like a semicircle archway that has like a compass on the top of it. That's very old-fashioned looking. Inside the archway, there's like a metal steampunk looking horse. The title of the book is Black. The author's name is Red. And yeah, definitely think like steampunk vibes. There's lots of like gears and clocks and a compass that looks old-fashioned on some kind of like beige-ish papery material over top a gray background.
This is weird. You keep saying steampunk like it's
Well, that's like the... Do you know what steampunk is?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I'm just like, it's not fantasy, is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is fantasy. The hell is... Do we have a steampunk fantasy book?
Yes, we do.
Oh god, is this your book and not mine?
Nope.
It's my book?
Yep.
The hell is this? The only steampunk thing I can think of is like Sanderson, like Mistborn era 2.
No.
Well, then why'd you say
So something else you said.
To Mistborn?
Nope. Back up.
Sanderson?
Yes.
What the hell? What? Arithmetist?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That I would not describe that book as steampunk.
Well, it's not really the book itself. It's like the stuff on the cover. Like, it's very steampunk-esque in terms of like the gears and the dials and like the horse and like the clock. Like, it's that sort of decorish vibe.
Okay. Yeah, that. Okay. What else? Is there anything else you would have said about the title or the cover? Because like, just saying steampunk did not really lead me.
Well,
that led me astray.
I could have told you that like some of the gears have like these types of like chain links around them with screws in them. I could have told you that there's like hints of red in some of the gears.
I feel like there's something else you're not telling me about that.
Well, you can see in editing. I mean, there is like one of those fake stickers on it that's inside of a gear, and the fake sticker is red. The compass also has like half red, half black on the dial.
Okay, I don't know. Because that whole magic system is about like chalk drawings.
Yeah, there's not a piece of chalk to be found on this cover.
There's not like drawings either?
No.
Okay. Okay, well, I'll look in editing and see.
Not on this edition, anyway.
I mean, that's the only edition, I'm pretty sure.
I thought there was a different one, maybe.
Well, that one threw me for a loop.
Good.
All right, what's next? I'm not doing very good at this.
It's fine. We're having fun.
We were having fun!
You may want to scoot in a little bit because your shoulder's starting to get cut off. Okay, not quite that much. All right, are you ready for the next one?
Sure.
Okay, so this one has kind of like a landscape shot in it. It's definitely nighttime. The very top is like black, like the night sky. You can't even really see stars in it. But as you get kind of closer to the bottom, it gets more into like a green color. And there is a very prominent medieval looking castle tower. And it is on some very rocky mountains.
The Gardens of the Moon?
Yes.
Okay, that was easy.
I was going to tell you there's like a moon shape behind the tower, that the title was white, the author's name was yellow, that there were maybe like some Celtic looking decorations beside the title.
Yeah, that was one of the easiest ones.
Okay. Well, you got that one.
Yeah, very distinct fantasy cover.
Yeah. Well, you have read that one too, so.
Yeah, multiple times.
Yeah. I figured that may help. All right.
How many more do we have left?
1, 2, 3. 3 left.
Okay.
Okay. I'm showing them what this one is. Okay, so on this one, the cover is mostly different shades of gray. They're like medium to dark gray, but with one kind of like cloud of smoke near the right-hand side. That's kind of like most of the top. On the bottom, it's more of like a dusty cloud, but with sparks in front of it. And there's kind of like 2 prominent items on the cover. One is like either a crow or raven or some kind of black bird in front of like the light gray cloud. And the other is a very fancy looking sword hilt. And on the sword hilt, so the very, very tip of it, I think it's called the pommel, there's like a green stone. There's like intricate carvings all throughout the handle. Then as you get towards like the blade end of the hilt, there's like a skull that almost looks like it has a screw or a bug of some kind on the nose.
A what? A screw? You said a screw or a bug?
Yeah, like there's like ridges on it and it's like elongated. Like it looks like it's kind of like the body of a bug or like a screw or something. The skull has like green eyes, like there's green stones inlaid in it. There are sort of like some jutting blades that stick out on the sides to make that part of like the hilt handle. The blade is also not straight. It kind of narrows as it goes into the hilt, and then like it gets wider and then like narrows, it gets wider again. And it has some like intricate carving on the blade itself as well.
I'm getting information overload here. What is the color of this cover?
It's prominently gray.
And what's like the main thing about the cover?
The sword. Or like most of the sword. You can't see the entire thing. The sword hilt and the beginning of the sword.
Is it like in the middle of the book?
Yes. And in the foreground. So both the author's name and the title of this book are in white. And the title goes over the sword. Like the blade of the sword. But the hilt is sticking up above the title.
Random guess. Is it like Game of Thrones?
No.
Okay.
The sparks are also pretty notable. Like the whole cover is covered in what looks like sparks or embers flying around.
I read this book?
Yes.
Did I like it?
I think you liked it. You didn't love it. You didn't hate it. So yeah, the sparks are pretty prominent on this cover.
You were saying I didn't love this book?
Yeah. I think you liked it fine, but you didn't love it. I don't think you're gonna continue the series.
Okay, so this is a first book?
Yeah.
And we own this book?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, duh. You're holding it. Duh.
Yeah.
Have you read it?
No. That's why we still own it.
Okay, so you're still interested to read it.
Yeah.
What's the first book in a fantasy series that I've read that
It
I
has
didn't...
a very fancy looking sword hilt on it with like a green stone on the very end of the handle.
A green stone?
A very green looking stone. Like almost like an emerald. Like it's green. And inlaid in the hilt where like it's like a skull looking thing, the eyes of it look like the same kind of green stone. And there's like a crow or a raven that's pretty prominent on the one side. Mostly gray cover.
Wait,
with like
on the
orange.
on the left side?
No, the bird is on the right.
Okay, then what's on the left?
It's just like gray with sparks.
What the heck?
And then as you get towards the bottom of the book, it almost looks like dust clouds. Like they're like a sandy brown colored looking cloud. The very, very bottom of the book almost looks like it's like a very, very dark red, if that helps.
I think the problem here is there's just too much information.
Okay, well, mostly gray cover with like a white title, fancy sword hilt with like a crow or a raven. First book in a fantasy series that you have read, decided not to continue, and I want to read.
Good Lord. I'm drawing a massive blank for this one. Oh, God. You know, is it a mass market?
No.
No?
It is a trade paperback.
Trade paperback.
Lots of flop. There is one other big clue I could give you.
Oh, I'm gonna need it because I got no clue.
Think indie.
Indie?
Yeah.
Indie fantasy book that I didn't love but you still want to read?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Is this the only book I've read by this author?
Yeah, as far as I know, yes. I'm pretty sure yes.
Can I feel the book?
Sure. It's like kind of a matte sort of, it's not like a glossy one, it's more of like a matte one. You were holding it upside down, if that helps. There you go.
I have a book in mind, but I don't think the book is gray. It's not Aching God, is it?
It is Aching God.
I thought that book was brown.
No, there's like some brown dust clouds near the bottom, but the prominent color, like the whole 2/3 at the top, is like a dark gray.
I don't know. When I pictured, I thought this book was brown. That's
This
why
book?
That's why I didn't say anything.
There is some brown in like the dust clouds, but it's mostly gray. Like the whole sky, which is like the top 2/3 of the book, is like a dark gray.
I don't know. That might be a book where I like look at it and I'm like, "What are you thinking?" Or maybe I changed my mind. What was I thinking?
Let us know down in the comments.
In my mind, I'm picturing it like, I don't know. That threw me off.
Good.
Also, is that a self-published book?
Yeah, it's indie.
Okay.
There is no publisher listed on the spine. I'm pretty sure it's all indie. I mean, maybe it's possible it's been picked up now. But yeah, the copyright says by Mike Shell, so it's a self-published, or at least the edition we have is self-published.
All right. Well, that was a bust. All right. Next book.
Next book. I have to show them what it is. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
So the cover of this one is mostly different shades of red. Okay? The title of the book is in like a dark yellow. The author's name is in white. So on the red cover, it looks like there are some outlines of two birds of some kind, and their beaks are touching in the middle.
Huh.
They also have really enlarged eyeballs that almost look like they're shaped like human eyes, or like some kind of bigger animal. Like the eyes are way oversized for the birds.
This is a random guess. Is it a Murakami book?
No.
Okay. Then continue.
Okay. So on top of, or like, I guess not really on top of, sorry. Like with the red cover, a lot of the shading and like outlines of like the bird feathers and stuff are black. Like it's basically red and black with like hints of yellow in the bird eyeballs.
Oh, God.
And one bird is kind of like sitting, like the bird on the right-hand side is like sitting like a normal bird would perch. And the other one on the left-hand side looks like it's kind of like swooping down in flight. And their beaks are like basically touching. Like one is slightly in front of the other one.
The only book, I don't think this is it, but the only book that I can remember with like prominent birds on the cover is like The Dark Half by Stephen King.
Yep.
That's what it is?
Yep.
Oh. That book it's mostly red?
Yep.
I remember that book being like kind of mostly black.
Nope.
Oh.
There is some black in like the top corner and the bottom corner on the opposite side. And there's definitely like black in the detailing over top of the red. So like all the bird feathers and stuff are outlined in black. But there's a lot of red.
Okay.
Like at least 2/3 of the cover is red.
I also didn't think you would choose 2 Stephen King books.
Well, I chose 2 Sylvain Nouvelle books now, didn't I?
Yeah. I guess so. Okay, well, yeah, because I had that, because I was like thinking of birds on the cover. I was like, that's the only book, but would she pick that? But I'm glad I said something.
Yep.
Otherwise, we would have been here for another half hour.
Oh boy. Okay. Last book.
Okay.
Are you ready?
This is for all the marbles.
For all the marbles.
Not really. I'm doing terrible.
Okay. So this one is, I think you would call it a mostly white cover. But it also could be called like a super, super light gray.
Okay.
The title of the book is Black, and the author's name is Red. You getting anything so far?
No.
Okay. There is kind of like 2 important things on the cover, and the rest is pretty blank. So in the background of this, there's like a wolf face. Their mouth is open, their fangs are showing, and the entire wolf face is like red. Like very red, and then like the details on the face are black. And over top of the wolf face, you have like some kind of maybe mannequin face that is cracked and broken and coming apart.
A mannequin face?
Well, I don't know how else to describe it. It's like a human face that is in pieces around this wolf face. So it's mostly like mannequin looking. Like it could be like a very realistic sculpture that's like ceramic of some kind, but it's like come apart in pieces. Like a glass would break kind of thing. But it's like a human face.
I don't know what the hell this is. Is there any other major details?
No, that's pretty much it.
Oh.
There's a little bit of like blood spattering and blood dripping around the wolf face. So like the spatters are kind of like all around the face. And then the blood drops are like coming out of the chin.
What does this wolf look like?
It's just a very angry looking wolf face. It's like snarling or growling.
So
it's got an open mouth. It's got fangs.
So we just see the head?
Yeah, you just see the head. You can see some ear on one side. It's just a wolf face. It's like a very shaggy looking, like the wolf has longer hair for a wolf.
And this is a white book?
Yeah, it's like mostly white. You could call it light gray, potentially. Like a very, very light color of gray, but it looks pretty white.
Is it a horror book?
I think so, yes.
Okay. Is it by an author that I've read?
I think you've read this book. Do you want me to check on
I'm
it?
asking about the author, if I read the author.
Well, I think if you have, this is the only one that you've read by them.
Okay, so it's not like an author with a lot of books.
Yeah, that I know of at least. Or at least that you have read.
Is this the only book I own by this author?
As far as I know, yes.
Then
Do you want me to Goodreads it and see if you've read it?
Sure.
Okay.
I can't picture a book that I own that's like mostly white and gray with a wolf head.
It's a very red looking wolf head.
It's a red wolf, like, so the fur itself is red?
Mm-hmm. It basically looks like the entire wolf is coated in blood.
With what you describe as a shattered mannequin head?
Yep. And you have read it.
What did I rate it?
You gave it 3 stars.
Well, no wonder, because I guess I just, in my memory bank, I get rid of all my 3-star books. Like, it's not worth it.
Well, it's still here on the shelf, so
Do you have any interest in reading it?
Not like overt interest. Perhaps I could pick it up, but it's not something I'm like, oh, I need to read that.
Then why am I holding on to this book?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Fuck. I don't know what.
Maybe it was gifted to you. Maybe that's why you're holding on to it.
I don't know.
There's no gift note stuck in it, but we didn't do
Is it a short book?
Yeah, fairly short.
Can I feel it?
Yeah.
Is it an indie book?
I don't know if it's small press or if it's like an imprint.
Oh. Is it Spontaneous Human Combustion?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you remember the wolf now?
No. But I was trying to think of like horror books that are like mostly white and gray. And that's what I could remember.
Yeah.
And like an author that I've only read one book from.
Yeah.
But as far as like knowing what the book was based on just the image, complete fail. Because I had nothing.
You can take your blindfold off now.
Oh God. Blinding lights. Oh.
But yeah, I think you want to look at a couple of these covers.
Okay, let me look at this. Oh, well, You could have said that it was bursting out of it.
Okay. Well, it
You-
doesn't.
it-
To
the
be
way-
fair, it
the-
doesn't really look like it's bursting out.
Yes, it does.
It looks like the wolf is in the background and
No.
the head is in the foreground.
No,
Like it's not. There's no part of the head that's like behind the wolf.
that's because it's bursting out of it.
If it was bursting out, then the part like the wolf's muzzle should have been like in front of
This
the
is
face.
in front of the wolf.
Yeah.
So clear. Okay, the way you described it made me think like, oh, this is here, and like this is like
Okay.
over here.
No, it's like shattering around the wolf face.
You could have said that. That could have been. Look at this. That's clearly the wolf busting out of there,
No, 'cause,
is it
like,
not?
The wolf is still behind all of the pieces of the head. Like there's
You
no
were-
pieces of the head that are like behind the wolf.
Because it's the face. It's the face. Okay, that one doesn't count. That's some grade A bullshit.
Okay, this one you got right away. Gardens of the Moon.
Yeah, that one was easy.
Do you now agree that this is mostly gray?
No.
There's like this is like the stripe that's brown. That is like dark red, and then that is gray.
Okay, well, I guess I will concede, but I guess I'm thinking because it's brown because that's where the title is.
Yeah, okay.
That's where I'm imagining it, but yeah, but it's definitely brown.
There's like a stripe of brown where the title is.
Yeah, that's what I remember because
Like
that's
some
where
brown,
the title is.
Brown dust clouds. Dark half with the birds.
Yeah, I would agree that that's mostly red. I guess I was imagining like the birds were red and the background was black, but yeah, I got that one.
Arithmetists. There's no chalk on there anywhere.
Again, I will concede this. Knowing what the book is about, this is a very weird cover because I don't remember it being.
That's why I picked that one because the
Yeah.
cover has like nothing to do with the content.
That's Sanderson. What are you doing?
This one you had a pretty easy time with.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember the damn name of the book.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one, the way you described it, was pretty simple to picture.
This one didn't take you too long with the orange
No.
rocket blueprints.
Yeah, that one was easy.
Lacey's story tripped you up for a while with the garden shovel.
Yeah, that one. Well, the way you described it made it seem like it was like a shovel like this big. Like it was a small garden shovel. It's
the thing
definitely
is,
not. That's a shovel.
If you look at like where this wooden grip is on the handle, it looks like it's a smaller like arm length
But it's
shovel
not.
that's
But
really
it's
zoomed
not
in.
a little shovel. You made me
No.
think it was like a.
No, because that's not a shovel, that's a trowel.
Well, you said a small shovel. That's what I imagined. So you should have just said shovel. Keep it simple.
I said it could be a full height shovel.
That's not what you said.
Zoomed in. Yes, it is. You can go back and rewatch
You
that
said
part.
it was a small shovel. That is
Well,
a
I think
normal,
it's a small one, but it could be a normal
You
size
tri-
one zoomed in,
you
is
tri-
what I said.
You tripped me up. Just
No.
keep it simple. Just keep it simple.
That is what a Celtic Trinity cross, or Trinity knot, sorry, looks
Okay.
like. It's those three triangles
Yeah.
that are kind of like
Well,
rounded and jutting out from
You
each
said
other.
that, and I didn't know what that meant, and that tripped me up. So, yeah, I got there eventually, but basically cheating because I asked what size of the book was.
And mostly green.
Yeah, not a book that's really heavily on my radar, so that took me a while to get.
Yeah, but you do want to read it, and I think you and Fina are going to buddy read it eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been saying that for years. That one I got right away.
Yeah, I didn't even have to get to the triangle.
That one was
The
easy.
yellow stripes down the side, I think.
That's
And
what did it.
the night sky with stars made you think sci-fi, which got you there.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one, you didn't get.
tripped me up because you said I had read it, and I did not.
Well, you read part of it.
I
thought you had read it.
DNF'd it. I didn't finish the damn thing.
Okay, well, I didn't know you DNF'd it.
You didn't do your research.
Oh, okay. I didn't think I had to. Usually I just know these things, but I didn't. And then Priest of Gallows took you a while.
Yeah, the way you described me, I'm like, oh, it's blue and it's got yellow and white words on there. Oh, imaginary friend. And you said Roman columns. I'm like, oh, damn, that's not it. I got there eventually.
But yeah, the huge noose I thought would get you to Gallows. Maybe.
It should have, but whatever.
And yeah, okay, do you know the name for this style of column with like that top? Because I know there's like several different types. Like there's Ionic. There's.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, anyway, I forget the name for the specific type.
Useless information.
Okay. Well, if you didn't know the name, you wouldn't have got it from my description anyway. But definitely Roman columns.
I demand in the future a second round where you do your research
Okay.
and you keep it simple. Because some of these things you're like describing like 7 different things that are going on. And like, I don't know what the hell's happening. So
Well, I had to do a mixture because if I had picked all simple ones, like the Elven was simple, but you still didn't get that one.
Yeah.
Like
that's
sometimes having more to pick out and describe can be helpful if you're not getting it. Right? Like it's better in a way to have more going on that you can talk about instead of just saying like, oh, that's all there is to it.
Some of these you said like 7 different things and I couldn't cohesively put it together in one thing.
Oh boy.
It tripped me up.
Oh boy.
And a lot of these, I eventually, like, I knew what it was. I just didn't know what the title was, which I knew would be a problem because that's how my brain works.
Yeah. Some of them you got right away, though. Like, a couple of your favorites, like the Sylvain Nouvelle stuff you got.
Yeah. But overall, that was interesting. And good Lord, we've been filming for almost an hour.
Have fun editing this one.
So that was our blind...
book cover challenge?
Yeah, what she said. Our blind book cover challenge. I did fine. I didn't do as good as I thought I was going to do. I got tripped up a lot. But eventually there will be a second round where hopefully I can redeem myself.
And if you want more of us doing this type of challenge, there is a version where Jake does it with me, even though I don't visualize. And I think I did better than he did.
You did very well. Like you said you don't visualize, but you did better than me. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And we've got Bookish Trevor Discord link down below where we've got tons of stuff going on. Patreon link down below if you want to go support me there for as low as $1 a month. And Amazon wishlist if you want to buy me a book. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic day.
Bye.
Bye.